All right, welcome to episode 2 of Between Us. What were your thoughts on episode 1?
It was fun. It was a little crazy, but it was fun. We'll see.
Yes.
Hopefully everyone liked it.
I had a good time.
Yeah, it was fun. Just hopefully it wasn't too much.
I think that's the whole point,
That's
right?
true.
Is we want this to be very real and raw and like just our true experience of and our true thoughts, right? We don't want to try to be all buttoned up, even though I'm wearing a button up today, but
Very nice button up.
thank you. So, just I liked it too. It was a lot of fun. It's cool to see the response from everybody. Let's talk about our previous week. What's been going on?
Well, Fletcher's at preschool
Yeah.
as we speak. First day, kind of sad,
Yeah, it is sad.
but he was ready to go. We took him. He walked right in, sat at his chair. He's very social, so I think he'll have a good time and he'll make some friends.
Yeah, no, I think it'll be awesome. And in preparation for preschool, we've been potty training him, and
That was rough.
that was rough. Lindsay was like, this solidified.
Yes.
No more kids.
Yep. Sorry, Fletcher.
Yep, he's going to be a spoiled only child.
Yes, but he made it. He's potty trained. Hopefully I don't get a call from the teacher.
Yeah. I think he'll do
Yeah.
fine. I just don't understand how they get a 3-year-old to sit there.
Yeah,
But
I don't know. I feel like it's going to be like herding cats for the whole class.
Yes.
So,
another big thing is I have officially left the corporate world. Some of you may even know this. I was the chief marketing officer of a company, and it was a great experience. I loved my time there. I learned a ton, but it was just not for me. You know, in the end, I think starting mainly in January is when I realized that there's some specific things and a specific lifestyle that I actually want, and that wasn't fully doing it for me. So
yep.
it's been nice being
It's
home.
been nice. We
Yes.
enjoyed having you home. So, it's been fun.
Yeah, and I love that. That's what I want, right? I want to be home, and like I think losing Royce definitely plays a huge part in that. Of, you know, money is just money
Right.
at the end of the day, right? And what really matters to me is how much time I get to spend with Lindsay and Fletcher. And I think, you know, especially with Fletcher starting preschool today already, we've got maybe 2 more years before
He's in school.
he's in school, and then
full-time.
it's, you know, you really only get the evenings, right?
Right.
And the weekends, and that does worry me. So a big thing for me is I want to be home. I want to be able to take Fletcher to preschool and pick him up from preschool and do those things that are important to me. So
Yep.
I don't know. Before doing that, I've always been at home pretty much, right?
Yeah, and
working
so
at home.
it was an adjustment. I feel like when you went
Mhm.
back into like an office setting and you had like a 9 to 5. So, because we were just used to always spending time with each other, so it was hard not being able to like just call you and be like, "Hey, let's go do something." You're like, "Well, I
Yeah.
can't. I'm working." So it's nice to be able to be back to that
Yes.
because we enjoyed it.
Yeah. And, you know, we ran our own business, so we understand the freedom that comes from doing that. And I'm happy that I've made that leap. It is scary,
Right.
obviously, right? Financially doing that, but that's why we're doing this, is to hopefully, you know, be able to do what we love and have the lifestyle that we want at the same time, and, you know, be financially stable. So a big thing we'd like to just ask of you guys, it doesn't cost you anything, but it does help us a ton, is just simply subscribing to the channel. So once we hit 1,000 subscribers, we're able to join the partner program, which allows us to get paid for doing this. And that's a big goal of ours. We want to continue doing this, continue to grow this channel. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. That would really help us along this journey as we go through it. So in this episode, we're going to be covering trivia. We're going to go over more responses from you all. And then at the end, we'll finally settle that debate that Lindsay teased last episode, which I know you're all really excited about. So, and then before we jump into the trivia portion, we will eventually have sponsors and advertisers. So if you're out there, you're in that field and you work with people that sponsor advertise podcasts, YouTube channels. Be sure to reach out to us. We'd love to start kind of getting that going. So, okay, you ready?
Ready.
All right, let's jump into fun stuff. So we're going to do a recurring segment, just like us responding to your submissions, called Know It All. We don't know it all, but we like to think we do.
We like trivia.
And we'll at least answer these like we do, right?
Yeah.
So today I want to dive into this new segment, Know It All. Whether you're a person always yelling at the TV, trying to give answers to trivia. I know Lindsay loves
Family Feud.
Family Feud.
What's that other one I watch? America Says.
Don't you watch a channel?
Yeah, the game show
The
channel.
game show channel that I'm
That's
pretty...
game shows, and I just like to play along.
Yes. So we thought it'd be really fun. We love doing trivia, random knowledge type segments with you. During Know It All, we will be challenging both our intellect with quizzes, trivia, ranking the unrankable, top 5 lists. So it's going to vary. It's not going to be a trivia every time. So let's see what we can do today. You ready?
Ready.
Okay, so football is back in action, meaning that both the NFL and college season has now started. So I thought it'd be fun to do some football trivia.
Okay.
How's your football knowledge?
It's decent, I feel like. I feel like we don't watch as much recently, so I don't know. It might not be as good as it once was.
Yes. Okay, we'll see how that goes then. If you aren't into football, this will at least give you a good did you know to pull out, I feel like.
Yeah.
You know, I like learning random things like this. And then if you are into football, there's going to be 5 questions. Let's see if you can at least get 4 out of 5. So, but for Lindsay, if you score at least 3 out of 5, I will not only cook dinner tonight, but I will also do the dishes after.
Wow. I better get them then.
Okay, so really try.
Okay.
All right, let's jump in. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, first question. There are 5 NFL teams with a bird as a mascot. Can you name all 5?
Ravens.
Okay, there's
Do I need to name
one.
the city or just the mascot?
Just a mascot. You
Okay.
can name the city if you want.
Let's see. Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
Falcons. Eagles.
Yes.
Birds. Let me think.
Birds.
Let me think about some birds.
Birds. That'll help you.
Seahawks.
Yes.
Cardinals.
Cardinals. You did it. Nice, babe.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Okay, next question. What is the name of the trophy awarded to the Super Bowl winner? And no cheating. No looking at my screen.
There's a name for the trophy?
There is.
I thought it was just, I can picture it. It's a big football.
Okay, yes.
It's the Super Bowl football trophy.
Sorry. I'm going to have to... Can't accept that.
What is
Sorry.
it called?
It's the Vince Lombardi Trophy.
Oh, okay.
You never heard that?
I feel like I've heard it, but I
Okay.
didn't realize.
Okay, so you're 1-1.
My dad would be so sad.
Yeah, you'll definitely have to send this to him. Okay, next question. This one's even harder. I started with the
Oh
easy
my
ones.
gosh.
What does the G on the Green Bay Packers helmet stand for?
Is this a trick question?
I don't know.
Wouldn't it be Green Bay?
Oh, babe, I'm sorry. I have to give you another X. It actually stands for greatness. What?
No, I'm sure it stands for Green Bay, and then they just said it stands for greatness.
That's what the internet said. And I'll give it to you that I didn't even know that until I did this trivia.
Okay,
That's
well,
something
seems a little
I would have
made
said
up to
Green Bay
me.
too. Okay, you're down 2, so you can't miss another one. Okay. Next question. There are 7 states that have more than one NFL team. Can you name 4 of them?
4 of the states.
Yeah, so there's 7 total.
Right.
You just need to get 4 that have more than one NFL team.
California,
Okay, that's one.
New York,
Yep.
Pennsylvania,
Yes. Wow.
Washington.
No.
Take that one back. I take that one back.
Okay.
Texas.
Texas. Okay. That's 4, right?
Florida.
You want to keep going? Florida is another one. So we've got California, you got Florida, New York, Texas, Ohio.
Oh, yeah.
You have the Bengals and the Browns. And then Maryland with the Ravens. And then the Washington football team. I know that their home stadium was in Maryland.
Oh, I think I said Washington because Washington.
Oh, is that what you were thinking?
Because Seattle and then Washington. But is it Washington, D.C. or what?
Yeah.
Oh.
You didn't know that?
No.
You thought the Washington
Well, yeah.
was in
Washington.
No, that's
How
in
is
DC.
that not confusing?
I don't know.
Why would they call it the Washington, D.C.? What are they called now?
They're not called the Washington, D.C.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's
I
confusing.
believe they're the Commanders, right?
Commanders. Okay.
So, okay. I'll give you that one. All right. Here's the hardest question of all, but it's relevant with the time. Okay. Which NFL player was known as Primetime?
Is he older?
He's older, and he's a new, I guess, he just joined a new university as the head coach, and they're doing really well. Come on.
Do I know this person?
We talked about him the other day. He coaches maybe a university that is from the same state you grew up in.
John Elway?
No.
No.
No, he coaches university.
Oh.
No idea.
He played for the...
Okay, he's coaching Colorado currently.
Oh, he's currently coaching Colorado.
Yes. This is his first year coaching there.
I don't know.
Want me to give it to you?
Yeah.
Okay, Deion Sanders. Would you ever gotten that?
I would not have gotten that.
Okay, so I think...
My dad's probably yelling at the screen as he watches this.
Every football fan is right now because he's the talk of the town. Okay, cool. So I don't have to cook dinner and do the dishes tonight. So does this mean...
that means you just have to do the dishes.
Just the dishes? I thought that meant I don't have to do either.
Just the dishes.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you.
All right, now we'll jump into our next segment, which is the Between Us submission. So this are
These make me nervous.
Me too, because I never know what to expect. Our team pulls these, so we don't really get to see them prior. So you're seeing it in real time, us read these and give our feedback. So these are submissions from you guys. We have a link in the description of each of our videos. You can even go to our Instagram bio and click the link there to submit your own. And it's just, you can submit anything fun, a story, question. It doesn't have to necessarily be advice. It can be anything. And we will just give our thoughts on it as we read them. So, okay, I will read this first one. You ready?
Ready.
All right. Let's start here. What are your pet peeves with each other? And how have you navigated those?
Pet peeves. Do you want to go first? You want me
No.
to go first?
Nice try.
Jaiden.
Here we go. This podcast is going to be long.
No. Jaiden tends to just leave things out. Millie. Sorry. Not grab Millie before she starts barking.
Okay.
So Jaiden tends to leave things out. And he doesn't put them away.
What do you mean?
So, for instance, he'll pull out like pickles, he'll pull out the bread, he'll pull out the toaster, just pull out a bunch of stuff. He'll leave the bread open, so then the bread gets stale. He'll leave the butter out and it gets all melty. He'll just leave the pickles out.
No, you're leaving out probably the biggest piece of that. The biggest piece she's leaving out is that when I prepare my food, let's say I make myself breakfast or lunch, I don't want to put away things before I eat my food.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. But yes, what was it yesterday?
Your example was I pull out the pickles.
Okay, you pull out the bread.
So what I do is I make my lunch and breakfast. I then eat that, and then I
No.
put the stuff
No, you
away. But
don't.
Lindsay wants it put away immediately.
No, you eat it and then you go and sit on the couch. And then I look over and I say, Jaiden, you left the bread open.
No way.
That did not just happen 2 days ago.
No.
Yeah, it did.
I'm pretty sure I was
actually.
sitting at the.
No, you were sitting at here and I looked over and I said, Jaiden, you left the bread open.
No way.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. And he doesn't throw stuff away. So we have gum that he eats before he leaves the house. He'll open the gum, put it in his mouth, just throw the wrapper back in the little container instead of
That's
walking
true.
2 steps to the garbage can.
But isn't it kind of satisfying to do that? Have you ever
No.
done it?
No, it's not satisfying at all because then guess what? You have to throw it away later. And who does it? Me.
Probably me.
No, you don't, actually.
Okay. Any other ones?
Along with the gum one. Jaiden doesn't like to again, he doesn't like throw stuff away. So he'll chew his gum. And then the second it loses its flavor, he just has to get rid of it. And so he'll just take it out of his mouth, stick it wherever he's at. So that's a pet peeve. He doesn't do it as much because I used to find gum on like the ledges, on his nightstand, on the couch.
It's just like when the gum loses its flavor, what am I supposed to do?
Stand up. Walk over to the garbage
I
can.
wasn't actually asking. I'm just
or you
saying.
swallow it.
No, I will never swallow gum. That's terrible.
But also Jaiden used to refuse to hang his towel up for some reason.
Okay, go off. Keep going.
So I would
How have we navigated that?
So I would just nag him. I don't have a problem with nagging because I'm not about to just do that for the rest of my life. Or picking up your towel for you and throwing away your wrappers and picking up after you. So I will nag and I don't care.
Here's the thing though. Compared to when we first got married
Right.
to today.
He's much better because I nagged and I bugged him about it so many times.
So there you go, ladies.
Just keep on nagging.
Don't use the word nagging. That's such a bad word. I
Compelling?
hate that.
Yelling? Arguing?
Train.
Oh, here we
Train
go.
them.
Yeah.
Teach them. If you don't like something that they're doing, you got to train them to do the opposite.
Okay, well now what's your pet peeves?
Oh, I don't know if I have any.
Yeah, that's not true.
What
After I just named 5 and you're like, oh, you're just perfect.
You are.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know. I don't really get bugged about much. My biggest pet peeve is honestly just Lindsay leaving me home alone. Which sounds, most dudes, that might sound weird, but I hate being home alone.
Being alone.
More than anything else. So I would say maybe that's my pet peeve is I don't like being here.
I could name a pet peeve.
For me?
For you, for me.
Okay, go ahead.
I am a mumbler.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
And I talk quiet. And so, but Jaiden's always got an earpod
Yeah, ear pod.
in his ear. So he can't hear me. And so his pet peeve is that I don't speak loud enough. And then he'll say what? And I'll just say, never mind. And then he's like,
Yeah.
just tell me.
Surely we're not the only ones
Yeah, I'm sure.
that deal with that. The issue is Lindsay will mumble or whisper.
I don't
is
whisper. I just
how I
whisper
really quiet, and then I'll say what, and the response is just as loud as the last response, and just as much mumbling. So
then I'll ask again, and then at that point I'm over it.
Yeah.
And so then I'm just like, never mind.
cool. I'm okay with that pet peeve. All right, should we go to the next one?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. If you guys could go anywhere as a family, where would you go? And where is your favorite place you have ever visited? Well, we went to New Zealand when when Royce was only 4 months old, and that was awesome. We went there for, 3.5 weeks?
Yeah, that was by far a
Yeah,
trip
so
that
I
stands
would
out.
go there again for sure.
Yeah, if you haven't been to New Zealand, definitely put that on your bucket list, I would say.
Yeah.
And I think it's just a place that there's so much to do. Even though we were there 3.5 weeks, that
Right,
still
we only
didn't seem
covered
like enough
a small portion of,
Yeah.
because we want to go to the South Island.
Yep.
We want to do some other things there that we didn't get to do. So that's our favorite place. I think we visited, and also a place that I would like to go again.
You'd go again?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Awesome. I would say Europe is on our list.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, a big goal of ours is we want to live abroad almost.
Yeah.
Like just go there, spend maybe the summer, do like three months and just live, Central Europe so that we can go and visit all these places we want to go to. Because I would love to go to like Germany, Italy, France, all these different places. But how do you do that if you're just going there for 2 weeks? I feel like we wouldn't be able to get it all in. So
yeah, that's true. I think that's a place we really want to go.
Cool. Kay, do you want to read the next one?
Yes. Who kissed who first, and who said I love you first?
This is good. Now we're talking. Now we're
You
talking.
tell the story.
No.
You were so excited.
I know, but I'm scared. Just who kissed who first?
You kissed me first.
Lynn's.
Jaiden.
That is not true.
That is 100% true.
Tell the truth.
What do you mean? That is the truth.
It is?
Yes. We parked outside your house. We were talking for a while. You invited me in. Then we were talking in your house. And then you kissed me.
Yeah. That does sound right.
Yeah, that's right.
And I just remember I was like, are we actually going to kiss right now? So I was testing the waters a little bit because I wasn't sure if you would. I'm pretty sure I just got close to you and you actually kissed me.
No, isn't that how you initiate a first kiss? It's just like
Get
lean
close?
in. I don't know.
Okay. Well, who said I love you first?
Me.
Tell that story.
Well, we had been dating for a few months.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember. I was worried about his reaction because Jaiden likes to joke around a lot, so I just didn't know if he actually really liked me or not.
What?
So
what does that mean? I joked around.
Yeah, because
you thought the whole thing was a joke.
Well, because I'd be like, all right, well, are we hanging out today? You'd be like, no, not today. But just because you wanted me to be like, well, I wanted to hang out, you like would just like tease me like that all the time. Like, no, we're not hanging out today, and it would make me so mad.
Okay.
So anyways, so then one day we were like hanging out like a bunch, and so I knew I really liked you. So I was worried about what you would say, so I think I just posed as a question. I said, what would you say if I told you I loved you?
Yeah, you did say it like that.
And then you said, I don't even remember what you said. I blacked out.
Probably, I don't know, I love you too.
I hope so.
Yeah, that's definitely what happened.
Yeah. That's a wild story in itself that we'll have to get into later.
Yes, definitely. Okay. Should we move into the next one?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Let's see. Okay, let's end on this one.
Okay.
As far as the submission. So, not really sure how to word this. I'm struggling to see a way to progress to the next level financially in our relationship. We both work. What?
That just seems like
So-
a big question.
Yeah, it is. We both work, support each other, and don't struggle. And we like to have fun and go on adventures and spend our money on doing these fun things. But we have no investments and no clear financial future in terms of progress or preparing to buy a house, start a family, etc. Any advice? How can we have fun and do fun things whilst also building a financial plan / future?
Wow.
Wow.
That's a lot of pressure.
It's a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
Do you want me to take
Yeah,
this one
you answer
first?
that one.
Yeah, I think the biggest advice I would just give to someone is just, it's the golden rule of don't live above your means, right? I think that's the biggest mistake people do make. And obviously you should still go and have fun and spend money on entertainment and fun things, right? But what it really comes down to, and the times that we've felt the most financially stable, is when we've actually budgeted, which is hard.
Yeah.
It's very,
Very
very
hard.
hard to do. And like, we've gone in waves, right? Where we're really good and then we get too relaxed and then we're really good. And, Yeah, I think it's just another thing is don't worry. Like, you'll always figure it out.
Yeah,
Right?
that's
Like,
true.
I've spent so much of our marriage, I feel like, worrying about money and like just those things. When I need more investments, we need to be more financially stable. And at times I feel like it has robbed me of a little bit of the happiness. And like, instead of being in the moment, I'm always preparing for the future. Right. And I've always said to Lindsay, like, money is my medicine and I never have enough of it. But I've really recently, like, especially with quitting my job and like moving into this and us closing our business, like, I've definitely come to the realization that money really isn't everything, right? Like, sure, that's important and do that and budget and like get financially stable. But I think the more important side of it is allow the money to serve you instead of you serving to get more money, right? Like that's kind of the goal. I don't
Yeah.
know. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I would agree. I feel like I don't know. I don't tend to stress that much about money, which I know
Which is good thing.
which is good.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not good at that kind of thing. That's why I have you. Otherwise, I'd probably be homeless. I don't know.
It is funny when we have those conversations.
Yeah,
of
because I'm like, oh, we have to budget right now.
and it's always like, oh man, money's tight,
I'm
you know, and Lindsay's like, we'll be fine.
fine.
We'll
I'm
figure it out.
Go
I'm
get
like,
another
you
tattoo.
don't understand the magnitude of the situation. Lindsay's just like, oh, he'll figure
You'll
it out.
figure it out. We'll get more money. There's always money out there to
But
be
I think it
had.
is good we have that balance because if
Yeah.
we were both just hyper focused on money, then I feel like we would sacrifice a lot of things like our time
Yeah.
and, you know, it would be really hard. But yeah, I think our response is just, you know, do those fun things, but you got to have that balance of like, you still have to budget, right? And if you're looking for investments, I think the best thing is to just start investing in stuff that you know about, right? If you don't understand stocks, the first step would be to go and learn about stocks, right? You don't want to just put money into something that you have no idea about, right? And I think, at least for myself, I don't believe there's any greater investment than investing in something that I'm doing, right? So find a passion that you have, or if you've wanted to start a business, I would invest in that first, right? Because I don't think you'll get any greater return than doing that, is kind of my thought.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like when you own your own business, I feel like the possibilities are
Yep.
limitless. Like, you're not at a cap of how much you can make, because you can, for yourself, make as much as you possibly can.
Yep. Okay, cool. Awesome. So again, if you would like your question or us to give feedback about something, be sure to go fill out the form. It's super easy. You just select a
These were
category
nice
and put it in.
questions
Yes.
this week.
This week was much more corporate, I guess. But we like the crazy questions,
Yeah.
so feel free to send those in. It makes the podcast fun. Okay. Awesome. You ready?
Yeah.
Move on to the next thing. Okay. So let's move on to, and we'll end with this, settle our debate. So what happened last week, let me recap. We did a full discussion about our debate. I think it's TBD on who won that debate or who's right in that debate.
Me.
But Lindsay T, she wanted to do 2 debates last week.
Yes.
And I had to stop her and say, save that for next week. So why don't you jump into it, Lindsay, explain the debate, and then we'll leave it up to you guys. Again, you can comment Jaiden or you can comment Lindsay, whoever you think is right in this situation. Okay,
So
go
this
ahead.
is Jaiden's AirPods. He's had how many pairs now? 3, maybe 4.
4, probably.
So I was doing laundry. I'm sure this has happened to a million people out there. I was doing laundry. I pulled out, put it in the wash. I started pulling it out to put it in the dryer, and there were Jaiden's AirPods in the washing machine. So I opened them, and they didn't work. So Jaiden got very upset with me. Very upset. Ask.
We're going to bleep that again.
What do you want me to say? Like, she who must not be named?
Well, now her name is literally a bleep, so we'll just keep
Okay.
rolling with that.
Anyways, you got very upset and said it was my fault because I should have checked your pockets. And my response was, I'm not about to go through every single pocket before I throw them in the washing machine. So it's your responsibility to check your pockets before you put them in the hamper.
Okay.
So that was our debate for...
So the debate
That's
is what?
still a debate because you still think it's my fault that I washed your
No,
AirPods.
I understand. My thought is it would be nice if you would just...
And so then...
let's say you grab my shorts. You don't even have to pull the pockets out. You just squeeze.
No, because then I have to pull.
Squeeze.
Laundry isn't my favorite thing to do, as most people don't like to do it. So my method, grab the whole pile, just dump it in the washing machine. I do not grab one piece of clothing at a time, check the pockets, throw it in there.
Okay.
So if you don't want your AirPods washed, you got to check your pockets.
I know. I understand. But I think it would be helpful for others to give their input on...
So then my other solution was,
Okay.
I said, because he was so upset, I said, fine, you do your own laundry then and you check your own pockets. But that hasn't happened.
I'm sure.
So guess what? His AirPods have been washed 2 more times.
Yes. My thought is, how easy would it be to just give a little squeeze on the pockets,
No.
and you'll know
And
instantly if my keys,
no.
AirPods.
I said, nope, that's not going to happen. So I
Okay,
said, well, I guess your AirPods are still just going to get washed. And they have.
What if all the comments have Jaiden, praising Jaiden? Jaiden's right.
Well, I highly doubt it. But if that was the case, that wouldn't change my mind. I'm still
Okay.
not checking your pockets.
Okay, so go ahead, settle this debate. Next week,
Even though I've already settled it myself.
Yes, even though Lindsay feels like she's settled, but just for my to really make me feel better, go ahead and leave a comment. That would be helpful. So, okay, awesome. So that's it for today's podcast. I think the only thing we'd like to just remind you all is we need more submissions. So go to the description, click on the link of this video, and submit your own question, story, whatever it is. We'd love to react to it and give our thoughts. The other thing is, if you haven't already, please subscribe. I was looking at our analytics, and 98% of people that have watched our videos aren't subscribed to the channel, which is interesting and sad for us, right? So we'd love it if you guys would just hit subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps us a ton and helps our channel a ton grow. So, okay, and then the last thing is we have written a book that we released not too long ago, and we're really proud of it. It's our story of how we went through child loss and found meaning and happiness again. And let me tell you, it wasn't easy at all to do that. And it took a lot of work, and that journey and story is really put together and packaged nicely within this book. I don't know if you have any other thoughts you'd like to share about it, but...
No, yeah, we worked really hard on it. I know Jaiden spent hours and hours and hours on it. I wrote a couple chapters, and it was really difficult for me, so Jaiden had to take over a lot. So, but I think it turned out really well. A lot of people, their biggest question for us usually is, what happened to our son Royce, and so we go into more detail on our story in our book. So if you want to check it out, check it out.
Yep, go check it out. You can also click the link in the description as well and find it there. So thank you all so much for watching. This is episode 2. I think the mic position is much better this episode. We listened to you guys, so we're just going to keep improving, keep making this better for you. Some things we'd like to do in the future is involve you as a listener even more into the podcast. But ultimately, our goal is just to come in here, share our thoughts and feelings, spend time together is the biggest thing, right? I love hearing Lindsay's side of each story compared to my side of the story. But if you would like to know when these episodes do go out, again, subscribe. And we're going to release an episode each week. And then we're going to be adding some new shows as well. So stay tuned for those. Okay, thank you so much for watching.